There we go.
And welcome this week, Triad Hip Hop Podcast. I'm your host, Howie Wilson.
What up? It's Kurt Dog in the house.
In the motherfucking house.
House.
This is basically going to be like a recap of like what's going on, because the whole Pusha T thing, the whole Drake thing. I also want to talk about pretty much what Kanye was saying last month. Maybe discuss other rap beefs and things of that nature. Just kind of chop it up with you. This week we don't really have any real, I guess what you would say, any real thing to talk about right now. But you know, we just basically today we're just recapping. Maybe do some calls and response questions, answers, all that stuff. Let me go ahead and invite some people, and we'll get right to this thing.
All right. So we get ready to get into it. Just talk a little hip hop. Like you said, we're going to just invite some people, so y'all be patient with us. What's up, Dom? Thank you for checking us out.
Yep. And let's get the music current.
We're going to share, so you share alike. Thank you for doing it.
Yeah, thank you, share, and everything. We appreciate it. Thank you. Just bear with us for a little bit. What's up, Jessica? How you doing?
What up, Jessica? Thank you for checking us out.
Yep.
We just trying to get some people in here, so give us a minute, and we're going to get it going.
Did you watch the game last night?
I did, man. I felt really bad for them boys.
Cleveland?
Yeah, man. 'Cause, it's one thing to lose, but it's one thing to get swept. Just swept. Because they didn't win one game, did they?
No, I don't think they did.
They didn't win one game. So it's just like, damn. And now they're talking about, rumors are going around and LeBron's probably going to switch it around and go somewhere else. So we're going to see. We're going to see what happens. I don't know.
I gotta move some stuff. Let's see. Yeah, I just think that whole super team thing bit him in the ass.
Yeah,
honestly,
pretty much.
You know what I'm saying?
Reg, what's up, Reg?
What up, Redwood? Yeah, I think that's what. It just messed him up.
Yeah. So.
There we go. This is stuff I meant to download last week. So that clip, boy.
I don't know nothing about that.
Oh, man. Let's give us a second here. Okay, here we go.
Yeah, I done invited everybody I can invite, so we're going to get it started in just a minute. But, as far as that game, man, I felt bad, man. I'm happy for, Steph Curry and them, but...
So that's 3 out of 4. That's 3 out of 4.
Right. But it's like LeBron, I know he was hot, man.
Well, my thing of it is just like...
Yes, sir.
Scary, though.
You know how that beat is.
Well, it's crazy, man. It's like they, you know what I'm saying? He built the super team.
Right.
And then it's like... Everybody left him, pretty much. What up, Brandon Girl?
The OG.
Yeah. She gonna be like, what the? Yeah, it's just. I'm glad that. Honestly, the Warriors won. To be honest with you, I didn't get a chance to watch any of the game.
Right. I just saw parts from each one. I never watched the whole game, but basically, from what I saw, they swept them, won every game straight, and I was kind of hoping they would let Cleveland, just win one,
maybe get one,
something.
I guess it's like, nah, we tired. So
No.
I guess because the Houston, they were down 3-2 and came back, right?
Yeah.
So I guess they like, look, we trying to knock this out.
Right, exactly.
crash. Hold on. Give me one more second, y'all. Well, maybe not one more second, but
a few.
Yeah, give me a minute. Still ain't paid the bill on this thing.
And we're not gonna keep y'all too long today.
Nah.
Just gonna do some recapping and talk a little hip hop and send it on the way.
Yep. Yes, man, that thing. Okay, here we go. Okay, all right, hold on, go back.
Yeah,
man. They just straight to the
pretty much, man.
Dang.
Hey, I felt bad for him, man. You know.
And they did. The Warriors of the Cow like Pusha T should have done a drink.
I mean, he kind of did, you know. Well,
yeah. Man.
But it is what it is, man. It's you know, good for one team, bad for the other. So.
Well, I mean, shit, man. It can't really be that bad because I mean, you gotta think you still get paid at the end of the day. I mean, now granted. I mean, and honestly, even though I don't like LeBron, I would like to see him. I would at least like to see him with another ring. That way, at least he'll have like 4.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you know, I could tell he was trying his best to get it done, but he didn't have it. His team just wasn't there, man. Chef Curry.
Chef.
Yeah, man.
KFD.
Wow.
Good, man.
Yeah, man. But to me, I think it wouldn't have been as bad if they just didn't get swept. You know what I mean? It's like if you win one, they win one, you win one, you know, and then they just eventually they get more wins than you, that's different. But when you just get swept, bruh, it's a wrap, man.
Did they do like history with that?
I don't know. I'm not sure. And that's true.
That's
man.
That's the first time they got like a team swept somebody like that in a long time.
Yeah, man.
I mean, I'm not saying they're the first.
Right.
I'm just saying it's been a while since that happened.
Yeah, man.
Did the Bulls sweep anybody in the finals?
I don't think so. Not that I remember.
It was still hard beating them.
Yeah.
It was still hard beating them, but you know what I'm saying? Let's see here. Dang, it ain't even coming. The other live video ain't coming up.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, the one that's up there. Oh, here we go. Sorry about that. All right. Just give us one more minute. We're gonna invite these folks, and then we're gonna talk some hip hop.
He gotta erase all the porn out of his laptop real quick, so we're gonna get that going, and then we're gonna get into it in a minute. Just,
all the skeet.
Gotta, you know, get all the pop-ups.
All the skeets.
All the pop-ups. We don't want that popping up during the podcast, you know.
I hear somebody moaning in the background. That ain't me. Oh, God.
Yes, sir.
Okay, here we go. I'm gonna have to get me some new stuff. Hopefully, what? Oh, come on, me. Okay, here we go. All right, now. Yep, there we go. I got y'all in here. All right. There we go. We're getting them. Yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and kind of just talk a little bit. I want to let everybody know since we chatting. I will be going back to school in the fall. What I'm going to be doing is finishing up my associates.
That's what's up.
I'm one class away.
One class. That's all we need.
Yeah. And, maybe I could put that to better use. Maybe I can get me a better job. Instead of being,
man, I'm sorry. Happy birthday, Brittany!
Oh yeah, happy birthday, Brittany! Well, this her birthday on Monday.
Monday, that's what's up, man.
But
we gonna celebrate you big today.
Celebrate good times, come on! It's celebrate.
Let's celebrate.
It's celebrate. We gonna have a time, brother. Let's celebrate. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. But go ahead. What you saying?
But yeah, I was saying like I'm going to be, taking the class and just one class. I'll probably take a couple others just to have, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's what I'm going to try to do. I mean, I know college is kind of like bullshit, but at the same time, it's like,
still helps.
if you done put all that time in,
you might as well wrap it up.
Might as well wrap it up.
Yeah.
I mean, I kind of had to drop out because it's just, Dang, I didn't mean to play the one with the word on there. Sorry about that.
It's still hip hop.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's the thing, man. I want to finish up and, do my family proud. I don't care too much about those ceremony and stuff.
Yeah.
But I will ask y'all this. Once I graduate, y'all can send money to my PayPal account. And also, and you could also, and I'll just hit y'all back up with those details. But I mean, I'm just joking though. But for real though, I just want to get my degree, and whatever happens next will happen next. All right, so let's talk hip hop. A little recap. These are some of the beats. These are some of the beats I was trying to get last week because of the whole Pusha T and the thing. So again, we're gonna recap and first, anybody out there think that who do y'all felt won that battle?
Yeah, that's a good question, man. Who do y'all feel won that battle? Let us know in the comments. I know for me, I would have to say Pusha T. Drake came with the strong W freestyle. I give him that. But I don't think in the long run he could ever handle Pusha T if they went the distance, especially. It'll be a tight one. You know what I mean? Kind of like Jadakiss and Beans. That was a close one.
Yeah.
But I think Pusha T would take that one, and I think he took it. What do you think?
Yeah, I feel that he took it, man. I mean, if you had to get Jay Prince to come out there, like, look, man, you might want to just stop it because you ain't going to make no money off of it, this, that, and the third.
Well, see, this is what I don't get about the Jay Prince thing. According to what I read, Jay Prince felt bad for Pusha T and stopped Drake from making the song or putting out the song because it would have so-called ended Pusha T's career.
Nah.
Man, what? What are you talking about?
I don't agree with that.
Yeah, I was
you can't mess with no goon, man.
Right.
Dude. That dude still got Brock buried.
Right.
Man, that dude's still a goon. I mean, he made it on the Exodus and the Exodus 23 joint.
Yeah.
I actually saw snippets of that video today because I was looking at the Hip Hop DX with my man Merge. And, you know what I'm saying? He was like, man, that video that Pusha T did with the Exodus 23, he said that kind of got me shook because it was just so much stuff that was portrayed in it. It was kind of violent. It was kind of going towards that Tupac and Biggie type feel. So it's like, nah, you can't. I don't know, man. I mean, and don't get me wrong, like you said, the Duppy? Yeah, Duppy freestyle. It was good. I mean, like I said, I think that's some of the best I've heard Drake rap. For me personally, I'm not a Drake fan.
Skills,
I ain't a Drake fan, but I mean, he did it. But,
hey, that's I give him credit. He can rap. But for me, I think him and Nicki Minaj, I think they both have tremendous talent, but they just do songs that I just really don't care for.
Yeah.
And a lot of times it's just like, you really wasting your talent with this. But so what y'all think, man? Reg, what you think? Brittany, what you think? What y'all think? Dominic, what y'all think? Tell us how y'all feel. Who won? I don't know if Dominic really been into it. But in my opinion, it's Pusha T all day.
Yeah.
I mean, I think the only people who are gonna vote for Drake in this are just Drake fans and just don't care. It's not really, if you ride for him already, you gonna ride for him now. You know what I mean?
Yeah, pretty much. Reggie
That's what I'm talking about.
Get Ghost Rider. And we can't come up with nothing.
And bumping their heads like, I thought you had a good idea.
I thought you had a good idea. Nah, man. No, we gotta write these bars.
We gonna write our own Exodus.
Oh man, that's so funny.
Matter of fact, we gonna call it Leviticus.
Oh man, that's hilarious.
Yo,
that's hilarious.
But you know what I mean? I don't know, man. I can't call it, but I would have loved to see it go the distance. You know what I mean? So, according to what I heard, Kanye done stepped in and tried to call it off as well. So, I don't know, man.
Yeah, I mean, cause really, honestly, with both parties, and honestly, I think they all want to be able to work. And I mean, with Drake don't really have no real beef with Kanye.
Right.
I mean, you know what I'm saying? And he even meant like, yeah, Kanye is like, one of his favorite artists to work, and wanted to work with. So I mean, at the end of the day, it's all about money. And on top of that, they still not, I just don't think that they're gonna really, like I said, really make. They're trying to make money. They ain't really trying to beef like that.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. Push it. Yes,
push. Yes, sir.
Exactly. I agree with that. I mean, because I know people who are really just biased for Drake, and no matter what, they were just like, nah, Drake killed him. Like, dude, what are you talking about? You just a Drake fan, so you gonna side with him no matter what. You know what I mean? So
you got, like I said, I'm not a Drake fan. That Duppy was, it was nice, but that infrared, like I said, infrared was that jab. That's all that was.
It was a setup.
It was just a setup punt. Mm-hmm. When you a boxer or whatever, I'm not a boxer, but I'm saying that was just that setup. Drake came with that hard, didn't block, didn't have his, stuff blocked up. And then, like, my man's like,
yeah,
hold that power.
Yeah! Exactly. It was like, he threw him the little jab with the infrared.
Yeah, boy.
And Drake was like, oh, you want to fight? I'm going to come out swinging. Pusha just ducked down and came up with the uppercut. Like,
yeah. Yeah, hit him with that Shoryuken. Ooh, oh.
Whoa.
I had to kind of do that. Street Fighter came out with that 30th anniversary, so kind of had to get that in.
Yeah, man.
But yeah, man. I mean, again, like I said, I just think, and I'm glad it was just battling. Honestly, I'm just glad it was just rapping. There wasn't nothing, beyond that. I mean, we got Tupac's birthday coming. Yeah, Tupac's birthday coming up, his anniversary.
Yeah.
And Prodigy's death coming up, and we're just glad that it didn't escalate to no point of
escalation.
Like, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, and I don't think it would have.
No.
And Reggie, based on what I heard, what started was back in the day, Pusha threw some shots at Lil Wayne, and over some
Bape. One of the Bape.
Yeah, Lil Wayne and them was wearing some Bape outfits that Pusha T and them supposedly started, and so Wayne kind of backed off and let Drake take over, and Drake and him just started throwing shots at each other.
Yeah, it's been over a series of like 10 plus years.
Yeah, like 10. Yeah.
Yeah.
So he ain't lying. Finish him.
Ooh. Well done. So, well, I mean, and at the same time, I mean, even though Pusha T says now, like, I honestly like to see him and Drake work together.
Yeah.
Honestly. I mean,
they could make good music together.
Yeah, so, I like to see that happening. In the future. It actually would be great to see, like, Push, Fonte, and Drake, on the same track. That shit would be fire.
Yeah, man.
I mean, just throwing your ideas out there.
Yeah.
I should really make this happen. for the fans.
Exactly.
I mean, y'all should make that. I mean, especially for hip hop. And then you got your down south. You got North Carolina, Virginia. Canadian bacon. Bam.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
And they all, both of them are coming out with albums. Well, Push has already dropped, right?
Yeah, the
tone. I think Drake's about to drop, I think.
Mm-hmm.
So they both got albums, and we're gonna do it up for Pac next week.
Of course. About Pac,
play some of his music and talk about his life. So we definitely gonna do that.
Shave the head bald. I'm gonna get a red bandana.
Right.
I'm gonna get Thug Life, not tattoo because I don't do tattoos, but I'm gonna get a crayon across my belly.
Right.
Get a crayon.
The slug life.
Slug life.
We old and we just slow and just tired.
Yeah.
But I don't know if any of y'all heard it, but Quentin Miller dropped a little freestyle.
Oh, did not know that.
In retaliation. I meant to put it on the Triad Hip Hop page. I might have forgot, but if I did, let me know what y'all think. But I can't remember, but I know I saw it. And he mentioned, a little bit of everything. He mentioned Nicki Minaj and all of that, how she was weighing in and that she needed to let it go and, kind of mind her business. But, it was just him just saying, don't try to put my name in that, blah, blah, blah. So it wasn't that hard or anything.
Yeah.
He was just saying, just to let y'all know, I ain't scared to reply. So.
Yeah.
But if I didn't post it already, I'll post it on the Triad Hip Hop page when we're done.
All right. So another recap. Everybody, Kanye West, he dropped the album out as well. Everybody's picking that up or whatnot. But about a month ago, Muggs was just like, nah, man, the slavery is the choice thing, man. And we really didn't get we got a discussion about it. We did a lengthy discussion about it. But, do y'all, the people that buy the album, do y'all forgive them for that? Or y'all just like, hey, man, Mr. C's twin, I already got the ball, look like Mr. Sweet. I'm balling it some more, son, and I'm gonna throw the bandana, son.
Exactly.
Slug life.
Mr. C minus the accusations.
Good, yo. Wow, C minus that. Wow. They gave that man a raise after that. You believe that?
Yeah.
I mean, it's
crazy, man.
I mean, shit, man. You can't. What he did, you still can't take away what he did for hip hop.
Yeah.
I mean, shit, man. Sexual preferences and all that, man. I mean, now granted, I'm with Lord Jamar on an aspect like hip hop it's like alpha male genre. And I can respect that. And just because somebody says, like, especially like hardcore rap, they going at each other, say like faggot or something like that. That's not necessarily mean that they're gay. It's just, it's hardcore rap. Yeah. And they just, they just trying to hit a dude, that they going at on a hard level. Right. So, I mean, I know that's just a little side note there, but, you just gotta, what I'm saying, man? You gotta just, you still, just because, like, the man, did what he did, but he's still a good dude, he still does good music. Yeah. I need to find out, because I ain't really rode any late night anymore. With Sirius XM, back before, Rock the Bells, it was called Backspin, the channel, and like at 10 o'clock, they would play like the Short Shot mix, and Mr. C was one of the DJs that mixed. So you had him, Mr. C, DJ Evil. Is it Evil? Yeah, DJ Evil.
What, Evil D from
I think so. I think it's Evil D.
Buckshot and them.
Yeah, I think it is Evil D. Okay. Yeah, Evil D and
what he had been up to.
Beat Miners and DJ Dummy. Which, I mean, I don't know too much about him. I mean, he's good. I just don't know if he was in any groups or not. Right. But yeah, they did that for like Backspin, which was great. I mean, some of the spins they used to do was for the radio, but it was still pretty good. But I don't know what they do for Rock the Bells radio anymore, because like as far as like that whole mix, but they do. But they do good stuff. Like they'll play like some old stuff. They'll play like the old, like, you know, some old battles from like Cold Crush and Fantastic Five, like that type of shit. They'll play that. They'll play like some samples, and you know, like they'll go like, yeah, this sample came back from this year, and I mean, they're like, yeah, they flip it like this, and like it's actually pretty cool.
Yeah. So but yeah, man. You know, it's one of those things when it comes to stuff like Mr. C, you know, and other people in Africa, Bambaataa, and all of them who've been accused of stuff, you know, I don't know, man. It's hard. It's a hard call, but you can't really take away what they did for the culture.
No,
you know what I mean? What they do in their personal life, I guess, you know, that's not kosher or whatever, but I'm not going to say, well, he screwed up hip-hop by, you know, messing with transsexuals, or he screwed up hip-hop by messing with little kids or whatever. You know what I mean? That doesn't do anything to hip-hop. That just damages him as a person.
Yeah.
So, you know, I don't care for that aspect, you know, I don't, you know, or whatever. But if that's what you do, that's what you do. You know, just
behind, you know.
Go somewhere else with that, man.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's all that is. So, thank you, Dominic, for getting us sidetracked and, you know, making us go through like a whole.
Exactly. You brought up Mr.
We was trying to go Kanye and talk about the album joint, and then you go say, like, I look like Mr. C. Yo, I'm coming for you, man.
Yeah.
Coming for you, like Pac coming back. I'm playing.
But yeah, so, you know, it is what it is.
Yeah, so. But yeah. So, anyway. Anybody still got love for Kanye as far as, like, you know, what he said? Y'all still, I mean, I know this kind of a late question. People still buying the album.
Yeah.
You know.
Exactly. How do y'all feel about that?
Because,
I mean, like he said, everybody was against Kanye about a month ago when he did the slavery is a choice thing. And when the album dropped, everybody was just like, oh, this is it. This is the joint. You know what I mean? So
I think some of those people had to look at the whole entire TMZ video. Mm-hmm. Because really, you had to look at it, in my opinion, and to really get the understanding of why he said what he said. And I mean, the dude, to me, you know, I just felt like Kanye, he ain't crazy for what he, you know, now you might disagree from what he's saying, but he ain't crazy.
Yeah, he ain't crazy. I mean, he just got a different approach to stuff, and you know, you just really got to dig in there and try to figure out where's he going with it. You know what I mean? Before you pass judgment, because he just comes off a little different. That's all, you know. So we all got those quirks about us. You know what I mean? So. I don't knock him too much, you know. Especially after hearing the whole interview, I was just like, okay, all right, I got you, man.
Yep. And let's see, we didn't actually. We're gonna try to do. I don't know my man on here though, but we was gonna talk about the Kendrick Lamar with the whole. You know, he did the concert. This is probably back early in May.
Yeah.
You know, he said, like, you know, the whatchamacallit was saying, this fan who was a white female saying the N-word in the song.
Right.
But the song has gratuitous use.
Right.
Gratuitous use of the N-word. And then he kicked him off. He kicked her off stage.
Yeah.
What do you feel about that?
I mean, my thing is, I kind of see both sides, you know what I mean? I see, you know, him. I see where his point of view is going, but I also see her point of view. So it's like she was just up there doing the lyrics, and I think if I was a white person, I would have probably assumed that you're giving me permission to say whatever's in this music. But I think I would have still thought twice about saying it. But, you know, if it was me, and let's say if I was Kendrick and I invited you up on stage, I'm not necessarily going to get mad at you for saying the N-word because I already kind of knew that. But as her, I think I would have still kind of guarded my tongue a little bit and just said, you know what, I know he's okay with this, but I'm not going to say that part. No, I'm not going to do it.
I ain't finna get jumped.
So that's how I felt. You know what I mean? I get, but what made me kind of mad was that she was acting like she didn't realize she said it. She was like, what? Did I say it? Did I say it? What you mean?
Nigga.
if that's really how you feel, that means you using that word every motherfucking day. Yeah. You think you're slick.
Yo, nigga, talk about some. I didn't know what I said.
Exactly. They might have been fishing a little bit, Reg. I don't know, man. Might have been fishing a little bit.
Oh, good. But yeah, that my opinion on it is like I said, it's art. I feel. Like, don't get me wrong. If it's in the song, that becomes art. So when you say it to me, like I wouldn't get mad if I'm playing a song in the car and I have like some white people in the car with me, and like for instance, we listen to DMX, like DMX, under the ride or die, but your niggas won't. I mean, that's in the song.
It's in the song.
It's in the song. You know what I'm saying? You know, it's so at that point, yeah, that's art. It's lyrics. It's written in. That's the way it's interpreted. That's the way I feel about that, and that's me coming from, you know, a musical background, because like I have, you know what I'm saying, I played in band. I sung in chorus. I mean, there might be words in there sometimes that like they swear words, you know, but we had to sing it, you know, we had to, you know, do what we had to do because it was in there. But at the same time, you know what I'm saying, at the same time, it's, like I said, it's just art. I mean, and my thing of it is, you didn't have to bring her on stage. You could have brought some. What about a black female on stage? If it was a black female on stage, you wouldn't have to shut nothing down.
Right.
Or a black male.
Right.
I mean, you know what I'm saying? Well, somebody Puerto Rican.
Right.
Because, you know, they one of us anyway. So, I mean, it's just... I
think he asked the audience, you know, should I let her stay up here or should I kick her off or something? Didn't he ask the audience about that?
I think he did. Yeah. I forgot how.
It was something to that effect where he got the audience involved. It was just like, dude, man.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. We still Kendrick. We still got love for you, man. It's just I just feel that if I was in your shoes, I would probably handle that differently. Yeah. And that's all I'm gonna say. I mean, I don't have no problems with you or anything like that, as far as, you know,
exactly.
That's your come on down. But I mean, at the same time, like that's your you know what I'm saying, that's your show. You know, you paid money and you work hard to do what you want to do. So you call it the way you want to call it. Now I'll give him that too. You know what I'm saying? I'll give him that. Yeah. So.
Yeah, I've seen that, Dominic. That was pretty funny.
Oh, the DMX. Yeah. Look at it butterfly. What? What's my name? My nigga Freedom. My nigga Freedom.
Yeah, that was funny. That was funny. I couldn't even lie with that one. That was funny.
Oh god, that's early internet, man. I miss those days. I miss those.
Y'all see him doing that Christmas rap on Apollo?
Oh
man, it was funny.
You talking about the other red nose red? What? And the little side he knows what? And if you ever saw it. X that dude though, cause like shit, man, he can make anything hype.
Exactly. So, I was like, I cannot even believe they got him to do that, yo. I was like, I didn't even think he would agree to that. But you know, he's a good dude, man.
Yeah, man.
You know, I'm like, nice.
Yeah, I agree with you, Reg. I don't think she said it out of disrespect. I think she was just in the moment, like you said, and you know, she was just singing lyrics. You know what I mean? She was just happy. She was a fan.
Yeah.
But you can't get mad at her as the artist.
No, you can't.
I mean, come on, Kendrick. So you put her in that situation.
So let's go ahead and talk about what's coming up next. And actually, I want to give a shout out to Big Boy, who came down last weekend, which I really wanted to go see him at the Blind Tiger.
Me too.
Yeah,
I didn't get a chance to.
It's like, man, it's like, damn, I had to go to work the next day. Yeah, I want to shout out Big Boy. Thank you for, coming, gracing North Carolina, especially Greensboro, with your presence.
Yeah, man.
So we appreciate that.
We don't see too many of them, man.
Nah.
Big Daddy Kane is coming here.
The Blind Tiger?
Not to the Blind Tiger, to the amphitheater at the Coliseum. It's going to be him and like some R&B groups.
Okay.
Big Daddy Kane and Silk and somebody else, somewhere around the end of June or something like that.
I
So,
could see that with him. I mean, because he still had the raw tracks, but he still had stuff for the ladies. So that kind of worked. You know what I'm saying? I would really like to see the NC Hip Hop Festival that's going on in Durham the 24th, which is a Friday. So
I didn't know about that.
Yeah, I'd definitely like to check that out. Maybe like
who's gonna be there? Anybody we know?
Mr. Cheek should be there. Petey Pablo.
Okay.
Large Professor's gonna be there.
That's what's up. Man.
I mean, as far as like the big name acts, and I think the rest of them are kind of like local and like people that are trying to, get down there. So, but yeah, man, we definitely want to check that out, and y'all just definitely check that out with us. NC's doing their thing, man.
Yeah,
There's a lot of good MCs coming out of NC, believe it or not.
Oh yeah.
NC, Virginia, South Carolina. I got to shout out my man Nick Grant, man. I mean, I don't know him personally, but Nick Grant, man, he's a southern rapper, got that boom bap flow. Y'all should really check him out. Man, I mean, it's just things are getting good. Things are getting good. I think a lot of this stuff is turning around as far as on the lyrical stuff. I mean, even me and my girlfriend, we were talking about that today. Lyrical rap is actually coming back. So I said, okay, I still a little old school slang. I'm baby born from 79. That's it. I was born. See, Dominic, I was born in 83. I still use, I still use my slang and whatnot. Now the 70s was definitely different. That's a different time period. That's, I didn't come up in that time. But I like the 70s and stuff, man. Going back and listening to it, you appreciate it for what it is.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't have to necessarily, like it. You just appreciate it for what it is.
Yeah, definitely. 70s was a good year. A good decade. I was born in 74. So, most of the 70s, I don't remember as much of it, but I do remember, some small important things. I remember how big the drug thing was in New York, and when crack really hit in the early 80s and late 70s, man, it was really bad, man. And, so stuff like that, I remember how hard stuff like that was hitting, but my earliest real good memories are in the 80s when I was starting to get older and get into hip-hop and all of that stuff.
Speaking of the crack epidemic, was that so? You said it hit in the 70s in New York. Was it sitting around the same time in California too? Because especially with groups like NWA, Mixmaster Spade, and all that stuff, they had a lot of influence.
I imagine it was around the same time. I don't know if it was the exact same time, but I think if it wasn't, it was pretty close. You know what I mean? They was within a year from each other. Because I think it hit New York and all of that right around either 79 or 80, right at the end of the 70s. Mm-hmm. But it really just made a really big impact more so in the 80s, you know what I mean? So,
yeah, so thank you, CIA, for that shit.
Yeah. It was what people fail to realize was a lot of the politicians and big corporate bigwigs, their drug of choice was cocaine. But what they did was they figured out the whole crack thing, cooking it up, and they put that to the inner city and said, okay, this is going to be what we're going to get y'all addicted to.
The Ready Rock.
Right, that Ready Rock.
You cut it. Bye.
So,
yeah.
But yeah, man, that's how it is. So, and crack, see, cocaine is a bad drug. It'll mess you up, but it don't hit as hard as crack. Mm-hmm. And I think they knew that, so that's why they kind of planted it and made it easy to get in the inner city.
I'm gonna go if y'all ever get a chance to watch the Lord Jamar interview with Vlad TV, he was speaking on that. I think he was out there in the streets wilding, and he did cocaine a little bit, but he would sell it. He would smoke the weed, sell cocaine, whatnot, a little bit, smoke a little bit of it, whatnot. But then when crack came out, he was talking about the same people that he had run with doing the cocaine.
Yeah.
And like how those people had like the big cars and pushing the whips and everything. And those same people, when they started doing that crack, they lost all that shit. And like Lamar was like, "Yo, man, so what happened? Like, what happened to this, man? Man, it's the drugs, man.
Right. It's
the drugs." And they was looking all bummy and
yeah, man.
I just tell you, man, if y'all know some crackheads, man, just try to get them some help, pray for them, talk to them about that's all you can do.
Yeah,
and it's a hard process because like dealing with them it's a hard process.
It is, man. I done had plenty of people in my family on that shit, man. Since I remember one of my cousins was on. He was like the first one I knew when it first hit, like in the late 70s, early 80s. And I was like maybe 5 or 6, and going over to my aunt's house. She lived in the projects, and it was her son. And she was honest about it. She was always like, yeah, he's smoking that shit, and he always trying to steal my radios and TVs. And I was like, dang. So she kind of put him out, and all of that. But that was my first experience knowing somebody in my family that was on it. And I just knew, he was cool. Because when he came around, he was nice and, what I mean. But she just wouldn't let him stay in the house. She was just like, nah, as long as you're on them drugs, you don't get to stay in my house.
Nah, I don't blame her on that shit.
She ain't play that. And my aunt lived in the projects in New York. But she lived, I ain't gonna lie, when I grew up coming to her house, you would have thought she lived in a mansion, how good she kept that house. She had like everything was in there decorated and fancy this and fancy that. And, I didn't even know the projects was that bad until I got probably like 17 or so. I was just like, oh, wait a minute.
Damn.
She kept a real nice house, you know what I mean? So,
but that goes to show you it ain't where you from.
Yeah,
it's where you at.
Where you at, man?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Because you could still be in the projects. Hell, you can have a fancy ass house, and you can keep that motherfucker like fucked up on the inside if you don't have the right mindset.
Exactly.
For real.
Go both ways.
Yeah.
Yep. Have a rundown mansion or a fancy project house.
Yes.
So, I love that about her. She always, kept that place nice, and, I always just like going over there. You know what I mean? Just, can we go over to Aunt B house? I want to go over to her house. She got the nice stuff. You know what I mean? So, it's one of those things,
So, what's the addiction with drugs and alcohol? Where's the addiction coming from?
It's what it do for you. You know what I mean? It gives you instant gratification. So, when you drink alcohol, you get that feeling of I can do whatever I want. You kind of feel that invincibility, I can just say what I want. That's why people want to get drunk all the time, because they like, I can party. I can really be myself.
Yeah, the truth comes out.
And the truth comes out. But
get that star like you on Mario Brothers.
Yeah.
You like run through walls and Koopas and shit. Like,
yeah. And that's how the drugs are, man. They just take your mind to a different place where you get like this instant gratification, and then when it wears off, you just feel like, now I need another hit. I need another drink, or I need another puff of the cigarette. I need another hit of the weed. I need another whatever. You know what I mean?
All for life, man.
Exactly.
I ain't gonna lie now. Let's see, Sunday night now. I had thrown some Al Green, boy. I had a cigar that my girl gave me from back in Bahamas. I had this cheap ass whiskey from damn like I bought in case we got sick or whatnot. Yeah. It was a cheap ass whiskey. Like it tastes like shit. So, but that's all I had. So I listened to the Al Green, that Simply Beautiful. Boy, just out there smoking the cute, boy. What? Yeah, I'm feeling good. But at the same time though, you kind of, I do that in moderation. I don't do that all the time. Yeah. I don't need that every day. I'm high off life.
That's
it,
man.
What I'm saying?
That's it. You got to be high on life, man. You got to be high on yourself, man. Because I'm loving myself these days, man.
Yeah, man.
I used to not love myself as much, but now I'm just like, I'm the shit. You know what I mean? And don't nobody come before me. That's how you got to do it. So you got to be high on life, high on yourself. And where I don't need that. Because every time all the people I know who drink and smoke, they like, we're going to do this party and blah, blah, blah. And then when you get there, they looking at you like, you ain't going to take a drink? You ain't going to take a puff? I'm like, nah, I don't do that. Well, how you going to party then? What you mean how I'm a party? I'm here enjoying the music. Yeah, I'm dancing. I'm having a good time.
I ain't even doing the snaps right.
Right. It's like, people feel like, you got to be drunk or you got to be high to party, man. You got to do all that. No. That's not necessary, man. And you ain't gonna really realize that until you get that shit out of your system. So
it's like my man, that one comedian, he's like, motherfuckers gonna ask me, why I don't like mayonnaise. You know what I'm saying? Right, exactly. Why you don't like mayonnaise? Well, I just don't like it.
Right.
It go good with sandwiches.
Right.
Just
because it go good with sandwiches to you don't mean I'm
exactly.
Like
everybody, you know what I'm saying? I think there's a lot of it. It's like peer pressure and influence. Sad to say, music kind of plays a role in that. Not just hip hop, rock, country. You got all types of stuff that does that. But at the same time, it's just like you just have to have moderation.
Yeah.
If you're going to do that, have moderation, one, and then two, you don't have to have that all the time.
Right.
It's every once in a while I drink, you know what I'm saying? But I don't need that every day. I don't need that every day. Because, like that one Nas lyric, man, you know what I'm saying? It's like, man, instead of saying fuck tomorrow, that $1 could have struck the lotto. Exactly. That's why I live by that a little bit.
And I remember when I first heard that, and I was like, wow, he right. You know what I mean? That was one of them things that, helped solidify. I was like, yeah, I don't need to mess with that shit. I mean, it ain't about understanding it, man. It's just, when you see that, when you see how it ruins other people's lives, man, that's all you got. That's all the proof you need. That's all you gotta look at.
To see.
That's how it is for me. You know what I mean? I ain't never smoked no crack or no cocaine. I ain't never smoked weed a day in my life. But I don't need to say I wonder how it feels or why. And I see how it fuck people's lives up. Mm-hmm. That's enough for me.
Yo.
That's enough for me. Now, weed, I ain't gonna lie, that ain't that bad because it's a herb or whatever it's a plant, but I still don't care for it. You know what I mean? It's not my drug of choice. Music is more my drug of choice. You know what I mean? So
I done weed a couple times, but I was away from here, dude.
Yeah.
Like I was like in another state, so
yeah.
But I will say this: I think weed, as far as like when you smoke it, it's a better high coming down from it than per se like alcohol.
Okay.
Because with alcohol, if you drink too much, you get the headaches from being hungover and all that stuff. Weed is like, all right, get up, now you're down.
Right.
And you get hungry. And you fucking eat. And then it's like, you know what, I ain't gonna do shit. That's weed.
Right. So, I get it. Weed, I get it.
Yeah, but
I don't need to do it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And for people out here that do drugs, if y'all have to do drugs, or that's what y'all feel like, I'm not saying stop doing drugs. I'm not telling you to do drugs. What we are telling you is, make sure, like whatever you do, make sure you do it and make sure it doesn't control your life. If it's controlling your life, that's really towards an addiction. You know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying? Like if it's doing that, then yeah, you probably should get off drugs.
Yeah.
But if you using it and this is what I do. Because people have stories and people have there's all types of, walks of life, and there's all types of situations. I'm not going to, condemn or condone, but at the same time, you just got to make sure what you're doing is right. Make sure that your steps are set up. If you doing that stuff, as long as your steps are set up and you're doing your things right and taking care of your business, hey, what more can you know what I'm saying?
Right.
But at the same time, like, if that is messing with your life and messing, you have to have it before, you have to have it before you do anything else.
Right.
And you might want to, check, out what you're doing.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's basically it.
It is what it is, man. Control yourself. That's all you can do. But yeah, I don't know, Dom. I don't know if it helps or not with those seizures. I mean, it might, but you may want to, research into it, man. You never know. Because talk to some doctors. I don't know. I know there's some states that legalized it, but I don't think it's legal yet in New York, though.
It's decriminalized, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think it will.
But you never know. But we ain't gonna keep y'all too long. We gonna get ready to wrap it up, man. You want to add anything else before we sign it off?
Well, I will say this. Next week will be the last late show, and we'll be coming back around this time, like 2 or 3, like normal. That would be. Let's see. Let me look at the calendar. Give me a second, because I know. Let me see. Just give me 1 second, folks. Where's the calendar?
Nah, that's RedTube. That's Pornhub there.
Damn! Oh, not that calendar. Oh, okay. So basically, today is the 9th. The 16th will be the last late show, and the 23rd, which that's okay. So I lied. The NC Hip Hop thing.
See, lying already.
Yeah, NC Hip Hop thing is 22nd to the 23rd, 24th. So what we might do, if we could hopefully we can get down there, or up there actually, because it's in Durham. Hopefully we can get up there. Maybe we get up there maybe Sunday, and then maybe the next Saturday we can talk about it.
Yeah.
But yeah, basically, yeah, we'll be back on regular schedule the 30th. So I'm looking forward to that. It's been a long time coming. I'm gonna miss those guys that I work with them 12 hours, but I ain't gonna fucking miss them 12 hours.
Yeah, man.
I can just keep that shit.
12 hours a beast.
Woo, boy. I mean, I'm glad I got the weekend off. I mean, and to be honest with you, it's fair.
Yeah.
It's fair. It's not bad, but at the same time, it's like, nah, I gotta get up out of that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
And that's life, man. You learn some lessons, you take on some jobs.
Yep.
I done been through it all. Them 12-hour shifts, them overnight shifts.
Third shifts.
All of it, man.
Third shift ain't too bad, though.
Yeah, third shift ain't bad if you can get used to it.
Yeah.
Your life got to be set up a certain way where you can really function by getting some sleep during the daytime.
Yeah. But I think that's it, man. Y'all tune in to us next week. We appreciate y'all hanging out with us and talking. I hope that, what we said might make you think, help you grow in your journey. I mean, also, we still, spit the hip hop and all that stuff for you. And anyway, my name is Howard.
And this is Kirk Dog for Triad Hip Hop Podcast.
Peace.